Hi guys, and welcome to a tier list video. Yes, it's been a little while since I've last done one of these. I just want to say I'm back. Yeah, it's been about a week and a half since my last video, but I do apologise. I've had such a busy week and a half, lots of things going on. But yes, I'm back, and I just thought going back to WWE, of course, and I do love a good tier list video. Now, I thought since Roman Reigns is getting to 1,000 days as Universal Champion next weekend at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia, I thought what better way to sort of like the build up to his 1,000 day celebration next weekend, or pay per view Night of Champions. I just thought let's do a tier list of all of his title defenses for the last for 1,000 days, all of his title defenses. Now, I did do one of these in 2021, I think, in the build up. I think it was January 2021. No, sorry. It was January 2022. Yes. So that was like, and here we are, a year and a half, over a year later, year and a half later, and Roman Reigns is still the undisputed Universal Champion. Well, at that point, he was just Universal Champion, but yes. So I'm going to be giving my grading of all of Roman Reigns' title defenses for the last, well, coming up to 1,000 days as of next weekend. So, yeah, guys, we can all agree it's been a history-making title reign, history-breaking title reign as well. The 1,000 day reign. I knew Roman was getting to it, even when he was facing Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39 this year. He was going to get to 1,000 days because that's like a once in a 20, 30 year title reign. It really is, isn't it? So yeah. So sit back and enjoy, guys. I'm going to be quite quick, so if I sit and talk about every single match, this will be a very long video. So I'll try and keep this as short as possible. But yeah, I might go into some detail on some of the matches, of course, and some of the opponents and feuds. But yes, this is going to be a very varied list because in this 1,000 day title reign, out of all these title defenses Roman's had, some were up here, some were down here, and quite a few were in A, B, and C. So let's do this. I'm looking forward to this. So where it all started, Jey Uso at Night of Champions 2020, or Clash of Champions it was called then. And yep, this is where it all started, and this one is gonna get a yep. It was a solid match. You remember Roman Reigns just beating the crap out of poor Jey Uso for the entire match. Jey Uso got a bit of offense at the end, but then how did the match finish again? Oh god, it was a while ago now. His very first title defense. Oh god, how what happened? Did I think? Oh yeah, Jimmy Uso threw the towel in. I think threw the towel in. Then we had a defense with Braun Strowman on SmackDown. It was fine, nothing amazing. It's gonna get C. It was fine, just a basic SmackDown match, and Roman won clean. So yeah, it was fine, but nothing amazing. Well, I think Jey Uso get involved. I think whatever. Then we had Jey Uso and Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell 2020. Brutal match. It was an I Quit match, I believe. Yes, and Jey Uso was just refusing to say I quit. This is effort. This is going in S. I think this was a really good match. Very good ending too. Roman was like, "No, stop making me do this," and Jimmy got involved. And then he hit the guillotine choke on Jimmy, and then Jey said, I quit. You happy I quit?" And such good storytelling, and I think the match was brutal. So yeah, effort S tier for that match. Then moving on to the Kevin Owens feud. Yes, so we had the TLC 2020. Incredible match. This is going in S tier. I absolutely loved this match. Go back and watch it. I think it's extremely underrated. I feel like people don't talk about this match enough. Go back and watch it. In my opinion, it's one of the best TLC matches I've ever seen. But this is where it all started, with Roman needing help to retain. It's still a problem to this day. To this day, where Roman needs help to retain. Yeah, this is where it all started. KO had the match won several times, but Jey Uso kept stopping him from climbing the ladder. But it was a great match. Great match. But was such a great match. But yeah, Roman got the win, obviously. But so many crazy tables, ladders, and chair spots, obviously. Then we got SmackDown, Roman Reigns and KO in a steel cage. B. I don't remember much about this match. Just the highlights. I think KO got handcuffed to the cage, allowing Roman to win. So it was a fine match, but nothing special. Then we got the Royal Rumble match, last man standing at Royal Rumble 2021. This is going to get a brutal match. So many brutal spots. Brutal. It was great. But the problem with the match was they kind of botched the ending where they they couldn't undo Roman's handcuffs, and Paul Heyman was like fiddling around with the key. It was a bit of a messy finish, but yeah, not great. And that it was still a very good match, but that ending kind of ruined it. But still, A tier. Then we move on to the Daniel Bryan feud. What is that? Oh yeah, that was Elimination Chamber. After Bryan won the Elimination Chamber match, Roman just came out and battered him. Even though Bryan got a cheeky yes lock, but Roman just got back on top and battered him. That's going to get D, because it was like 2-3 minutes, and you felt so bad for Daniel Bryan, but you knew he was going to get a rematch. Daniel Bryan again at Fastlane 2021. S tier, incredible match, incredible. Edge was obviously watching at the sidelines because he won the Royal Rumble. Great match. Go back and watch it. It's another underrated match that doesn't get talked about enough. Bryan had the match won. Roman needing help. Roman was tapping out. He was legit tapping out, and Edge cost Bryan the match with the steel chair shot. Edge, you idiot. But fantastic match. Really good match. S tier, without a doubt. Then we got the WrestleMania 37 main event, of course, with the triple threat: Edge, Bryan, and Roman. This gets A tier. Very good match. Very good match. My only negative with this match is I think it could have gone a bit longer. It only went about 20, 21, 22 minutes, or not even that, I think, which I thought was a bit short for a WrestleMania main event triple threat. I just think it could have gone longer, considering Bryan and Roman went like 30 minutes at Fastlane. This could have gone a bit longer, and it, continuing the trend of Roman needing help. Edge had the match won like 3 times, but Jey Uso kept interfering and helping Roman out. So frustrating. Then the end of the Bryan and Roman feud, their SmackDown match, which I think this was one of Daniel Bryan's final matches in WWE before he went to AEW. Gets A tier. Really good match. I don't remember too much about it, just some highlights. And I think, yeah, this was the end of their feud. And yeah, quite poetic, really. But it was a great run. Bryan and Roman probably had 2 of the best matches, and obviously KO with Roman. Then it was WrestleMania Backlash 2021. Cesaro got his shot. This is going to go A tier. Really good match. Very underrated title match from what I remember. No one gave Cesaro a chance going into that match, and yeah, he wasn't going to win, but I think he gave Roman a good, very hard fought 30-minute match. And that was a match Roman actually won clean. Yeah, he just choked Cesaro out with a guillotine choke, but it was really good. I just remember the ending where Seth Rollins got back and at the end and battered Cesaro at the end. And then we got the Hell in a Cell match the Hell in a Cell Rey Mysterio match on SmackDown. That's gonna get B. One, because I do remember it being quite short. There were some cool spots. I remember when Roman just powerbombed Rey on the side of the cell. Brutal. But I felt bad that this was on SmackDown. Why couldn't we just get this at Hell in a Cell? I think Roman just couldn't be arsed wrestling at Hell in a Cell, so yeah, it was on SmackDown. But it was a fun match, but I just think it was a bit too short, so that's why it's only getting B. Then what's that? Oh yeah, then we got Edge, Roman and Edge at Money in the Bank 2021. This is gonna get S tier. Fantastic match. Edge and Roman 1-on-1. It was really good. I loved it. I remember watching it, and yeah, it was obvious Edge wasn't going to win because the rumors were floating about that obviously it was going to be Edge and Seth at SummerSlam, non-title, and that it was going to be John Cena. So I think we all knew John Cena was going to come out at the end, and that's exactly what happened. Edge and Roman had a brutal 30-minute match. Edge had the match won. Roman was about to tap out. Effing Seth cost Edge the match. It was so frustrating. Edge still hasn't won a world title since he's been back, and it looks like he might not before he retires. Maybe he'll get a chance at the World Heavyweight Championship at some point. But yeah, anyway. And then obviously, John Cena came out at the end of that match, and the crowd went nuts. But it gets S tier because it was an amazing match, and John Cena coming out at the end with that huge pop was just amazing. And then, of course, John Cena and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam 2021. Oh, it's going to get A for me. Yeah, I feel like people say this is one of the best matches of Roman's title reign. It's up there, but I wouldn't say it's one of the best. It's not S tier for me. I won. John Cena looked really rusty. And that's obvious. He hadn't wrestled in a while coming into this match. It was a good match, but Roman really had to carry a lot of the match, and Roman just kind of dominated a lot. John Cena barely hit any moves apart from his AAs and STFs. And yeah, the AA through the table was cool. The AA off the top rope was cool. Roman kicking out, and then Roman won clean. Boom, with a spear to John Cena. Cool. It was a very good match. And I think out of all of Roman's title matches, I was so hyped going into that match. I mean, we all knew Roman was retaining because John Cena was Mr. Hollywood now, so there's no way he was going to end Roman's title reign. But it was still a very good match. And of course, Brock Lesnar coming out at the end. OMG. That was another big, two of these big OMG. But yeah, that was great. Really good match. Then we got the Finn Balor feud for a bit before his match with Brock. The SmackDown match is gonna get B. It was solid, very solid. I don't remember too much. I just remember I think Roman won clean, but then we got the bump at the end teasing the demon, and Finn wasn't done. He wanted to bring out the demon. But yeah, I don't remember much about this match. I think it was fine, but it was just basically a setup for their Extreme Rules match. So yeah, leading up to Roman Reigns versus the Demon Finn Balor at Extreme Rules 2021. This is gonna get A. Really brutal match, great match. I think this is another underrated match which doesn't get talked about enough. The only problem was the stupid finish where the demon just kind of like wakes up and they play his music and he's about to hit the coup de grace and Roman, and then the top rope snaps. Finn falls off and Roman spears him for the win. It was just such a deflating, bizarre finish. Like, why would you end it like that? Oh boy, wasn't a fan of that, and I felt so bad for Finn because he's never had a whiff since. Now he's got a whole thing going on with Judgment Day. And that's back-to-back losses for the Demon now, because obviously he brought the Demon back for WrestleMania this year, which he lost to Edge. So it's back-to-back losses for the Demon character, but whatever. Great match. If it was, but the stupid finish stops it back from being an S tier, in my opinion. And then Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel. It's gonna get C. I didn't do much for me. I was a lot of hype going into this because you're like, oh my god, what's Paul Heyman going to do? Is he going to side with Brock? Is he going to stay with Roman? A lot of hype going into it, but it was just like every other Brock and Roman match, just suplex, Superman punch, spear, F5, kick out, F5. And then Roman just cheats at the end. He whacks Brock with the belt when the ref's not looking to get the win. The dirty, cheeky win, and the match only went like 12 minutes. It was just, not D tier, but it's not these two for me. Definitely not. Then we got Sami Zayn, the Sami Zayn squash on SmackDown. Just, D. This was a bit rubbish, wasn't it? Poor Sami Zayn. We'll come back to Sami Zayn, of course. This is going to be much higher up, this one. But this was bad. I felt bad. Brock just said, new face Roman, and he just got squashed on SmackDown. It was rubbish. It was just a complete setup to continue the Brock Lesnar feud. Then we got Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble 2022. 2022. It's gonna get A. Very good match. I remember Seth coming out in the Shield gear, proper trolling Roman Reigns. That was really funny. And Seth just dominating the beginning of it, hitting a pedigree, hitting a stomp. Roman for the near fall. It was very close. And then Roman kind of gets back on top, but it doesn't get S tier for me because this. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is going to get B because I think the match wasn't long enough. Seth and Roman should have like a 20-30 minute war. How well these two know each other back from the Shield days, and the match was like 15 minutes, and then it had a stupid finish with Roman hitting the choke but not letting go, so he got himself disqualified. It was just what? And then Seth just kind of passes out on the ropes. It was rubbish finished, but good match. But it just should have gone longer, in my opinion, and it wasn't a good enough finish. So maybe Roman and Seth will have another match at some point. But so yeah, it just doesn't deserve an A or S in my opinion. Then we got Goldberg and Goldberg and Roman at Elimination Chamber 2022. D. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. God, yeah, it just felt long overdue. Obviously, this was the match we were meant to get at WrestleMania 36, but then obviously COVID happened, so Braun Strowman, Goldberg faced Braun Strowman instead. And here we are, 2 years, 2 years later, yeah, and it just was rubbish. Goldberg hit a few spears, but then Roman just got back on top and hit a guillotine choke to win. The match went like 5-6 minutes. It was rubbish. One of Roman's weakest title defenses, and I felt bad for Goldberg, man. Like, yeah, if Goldberg didn't even hit a jackhammer, they could have had Roman kick out of one jackhammer at least. If it would have had a jackhammer kick out, it would have at least gone a C. But it was bad. It was bad, and that was actually Goldberg's last match because he hasn't had a match since, has he? Oh, well, no. Did he wrestle Bobby Lashley? Or when was the Bobby Lashley feud? Was that later on that year? I can't remember. It was later on that year. I think Bobby Lashley, wasn't it? I think. Or was that late the year before? Whatever. Then we got the biggest WrestleMania main event of all time. Yeah, right. Yes, title V title. Yes, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Mania 38. C tier. Not great. Just not great. It was overhyped like hell and under-delivered. It was too short. It went, 13 minutes for a WrestleMania main event. That's piss poor. It was just another Roman and Brock match like I described for Crown Jewel. Suplex, kick out, spear, F5, Superman punch, and it wasn't that good. And it just could have been a lot better in my opinion. But I did hear Roman did get injured. So maybe the match was cut short by 5-10 minutes. Maybe they were going to go for a bit longer, but yeah. And then Roman just won with a random spear. Really bizarre. So yeah, and then obviously that was the match where Roman became the undisputed Universal Champion. So at least we have that. And yep, and he's held both belts hostage since. So yeah. And then Roman didn't have a defense for ages after that, did he? His next defense was Riddle on SmackDown. Now I do remember that being a really good match. But the fact it's on SmackDown, I can't. Let's get a B. Yeah, because I don't watch this match. I just remember seeing the highlights from this match, and yeah, it was good. Riddle gave Roman a good match, and I do remember how it finished. I think he counted something, and then Roman, boom, with a nasty spear. 1, 2, 3. Then at the end of the match, Brock Lesnar came out to set up their SummerSlam match. Oh my god, yeah. But Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam 2022. Their final match, last man standing. It's gonna get A. Yeah, really, really good match. Easily the Roman and Brock's best match out of this title reign. Out of the trilogy they had, it was the best one. It was brutal. It was bloody. I remember Brock coming to the ring in the tractor, lifting up the ring with the tractor. That was just brilliant. It was so funny. And Brock was just kicking Roman's ass all over the ring, and Brock had the match won, I believe. But the Usos came out to help Roman. What a surprise. And I just didn't like the finish where they just buried Brock under the table. And yeah, Roman won because he got the 10 count because they trapped Brock. So for that reason, it just doesn't get S because the match was amazing. I loved it. Easily Roman and Brock's best match from this title reign. And one of their best matches in their entire series. But it just doesn't get S tier for me because of the stupid finish where they just buried Brock under the table and was like, yeah, that's it. And that's probably the end of Roman and Brock's feud. They probably will have no more matches after that. But I think that's a good thing. But yeah, just great match, but not a great finish. It just doesn't get S for me. And I know you can say the same about Edge and Roman, but Edge and Roman I think was a better wrestling match, in my opinion. Oh no, not this match. I still get, even though this match was 8 months ago, whatever, 9 months ago now, I still get sad about this match. Yeah, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Clash at the Castle, Cardiff. Oh, it's gonna get A. Fantastic match, absolutely fantastic match. I think in terms of pure wrestling, it's one of the best title defenses Roman's had. It was great. The crowd was so heavy for Drew. Of course, 60,000 UK fans cheering on Drew in Cardiff. It was great. the match had it all: close kick-out, spears, claymores, Glasgow kisses. It was fantastic. And at the end, we all thought Drew had won with the claymore, but then effing Solo Sikoa drags the ref. Drags the ref out the ring, and then thanks to the distraction, Roman hits a spear, 1, 2, 3. It was just such a deflating finish, man. I remember being absolutely heartbroken because I went into that match thinking, oh my god, Drew is actually going to win this. This is where they're going to end Roman's title reign. None of these matches I thought Roman was going to lose. Maybe one or two of these I thought Roman might lose, but this was the one I was sure they were going to finally do it. End Roman's title reign in front of 60,000 fans and massive pop for Drew, and they didn't effing do it. And it was just a cheap finish with Solo Sikoa helping Roman, and it just hated it. Yeah, but the match was an S tier. The match was S tier, but just the stupid finish of Solo helping Roman drags it down to A in my opinion. But still, and it sucks Drew never got a rematch. Sucks he never got that rematch. Then we move on to Logan Paul and Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel last year, 2022. And this is going to get S. Because this match was great. It had everything. I loved it, man. I think it surprised a lot of us. I think a lot of people were going, Logan Paul, Roman Reigns, are you mad? And yeah, that was everyone's reaction when the match got announced. What's Logan Paul done to get a match with Roman? And yeah, that was partly true, but the fact that he's such a big celebrity, I think, gets him a free pass. But the match was fantastic. Logan Paul looked amazing. You could tell they'd really rehearsed the match so well. He came close a few times with the lucky punch and all that. And you're going, and he put Roman through the announce table. You're going viral, Roman, and all that. That was fantastic. And then the finish with Jake Paul coming out, the Usos coming out. There's a big brawl, but then amidst all the scuffle, Roman hits a spear, 1, 2, 3, and retains. It was really, really good. Great match, and it deserves S tier for me because unlike these other great matches, but just had disappointing finishes. So yeah, I'm putting it up there. It might be controversial, but I think it's an amazing match considering it was Logan Paul's third match, and he put on a 25-minute classic with Roman Reigns. I think it deserves S tier. Yes, maybe one or two of these matches do deserve S as well, but I just think, in my opinion, I think it was an amazing match, and it deserves S tier, that match. Then moving on to Roman's 3 defenses so far this year. Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. That can get A. Yeah, it was good, very good. Not quite as good, I'd think, as their TLC match, but on par with the Royal Rumble match in 2020, 2021. Yeah, 2021. It was 2021. Yeah, but this was good. I don't remember too much about it, but obviously it was, from what I remember, bits and bobs from watching it live. Yeah, there was some good. It was a very solid match. Of course, you can always rely on KO and Roman to have a good match together. So yeah, A tier. But the big talking point obviously was at the end where KO's getting battered, and then Sammy whacks Roman in the back with the chair. Massive pop, and that was just the biggest moment of the night. One of the biggest pops you'll ever hear when Sammy turned on Roman. That was so well done. That was the big talking point from that match, not really KO and Roman, but and then we got Sammy and Roman at Elimination Chamber in Montreal. Oh, this one's hard. F it. I'm putting this match in S tier. Yeah, everyone's disappointed that Sammy lost, but I think the match was bloody brilliant. I loved it, man. The crowd was so hot for Sammy. Of course they were. It's Montreal, but yeah, go back and watch that match. It's so much fun. And there were for a few points I was thinking, oh my god, is Sammy actually going to win? Because he turned, after the Royal Rumble, he became the biggest babyface in the company, more than Cody. And I was thinking, oh my god, is Sammy actually going to do this and dethrone Roman in front of his hometown crowd? But no, he didn't. He came close a few times, and I think he actually had the match won at one point with a haluva kick, but the ref was down. And then the Usos come out, blah, 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 blah. And then Roman at the end won with a really cheeky spear to retain. So yeah, and then obviously you could say Sammy kind of got his big moment. While he didn't win here, obviously him and KO went on to dethrone the Usos at WrestleMania 39, and they are, as of right now, still tag team champions till Night of Champions. Oh god, oh boy. Anyway, yeah, and then on to Roman Reigns' final title defense latest title defense, not final, latest title defense, yes. Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39. The match, just kind of like Roman and Drew. Everyone thought this is it. This is when they're going to dethrone Roman. I did say Roman, but I think Cody was the heavy favourite going into this match. But again, anyway, who was I going to put this match? Okay, the match was S tier. I will say this now: one of the best matches Roman's had. It deserved to be S tier up there, but then the awful finish happened. So yeah, it just gets A. Cody and Roman at WrestleMania 39 just because of that terrible finish. So sorry, I'm hearing noises. Sorry, my effing ghost. Piss off, ghost. So so anyway, yeah, fantastic match. It was S tier all the way. It was just a 35-minute war between Cody and Roman. It had it all. The crowd was so hot. I think going into that match, I didn't say Roman, but then I thought, oh my god, this is going to be it. Cody's actually going to do this and dethrone Roman and finish his story and end this title reign. And then they didn't do it. Cody was about to hit a third. Well, I've talked about this, but Cody hits the third crossroads. He's about to hit the third crossroads, and Solo Sikoa, boom, costs Cody the match with the Samoan spike. And thanks to that, Roman hits a spear and retains. It was so deflating. It was the exact same as Clash at the Castle with Drew. So deflating, so disappointing. I think lots of fans really thought it was going to be Cody, and it wasn't. So a fantastic match, ruined by a very deflating finish, just like Cody, just like Roman and Drew, in my opinion. So yeah, that's why it doesn't get S tier. And that's it, guys. That is my entire tier list for all of Roman Reigns' title defenses as he approaches 1,000 days. As of next weekend, he will get to 1,000 days at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia next weekend. Yeah, like I said, so his next match, he's going to be wrestling at Night of Champions, but he'll be going up against Sami and KO, teaming up with Solo for the tag team belts. And that's like, oh god, if Roman Reigns wins the tag team belts, oh, I don't think they're going to do it. Well, I'll talk about this more in my prediction video with Callum, but oh, could you imagine if they do? They just give Roman Reigns the tag team belts with Solo. Oh god, we'll see, guys. And then Roman Reigns' next Universal title defense, obviously when he gets back to defending both belts. I don't know. It might be at Money in the Bank. I think he is scheduled for Money in the Bank, so I do think he'll have a title defense at Money in the Bank. I don't know who against. I don't know. And then he'll definitely have a match at SummerSlam. Now, the rumor is Roman's next, but the rumor is Roman actually won't be losing the belt now till WrestleMania 40, and it'll be a rematch with Cody, a Part 2 rematch with Cody. He'll finish the story at WrestleMania 40. Cody will get his other chance at WrestleMania 40. We'll see if they go down that road. We'll see, guys. So what are your thoughts on my tier list for Roman Reigns' title reign? All of his defenses as he approaches 1,000 days. Comment below. Let me know, guys. What is your personal favourite? If I had to pick my favourite Roman Reigns match, well, it's one of the ones in S tier. I do have a sweet spot for Roman and Drew, but just the bad finish. I'm going to say right now, I think these three are probably these four right here were my favourites. Out of all of the matches I said, yeah. Fastlane, Bryan was great. Edge at the Money in the Bank, great. Logan Paul, Crown Jewel, fantastic. And Sami Zayn match at Elimination Chamber. Mwah! It was perfect. Perfect. Down to the last minute detail. So yeah, thank you all for watching, guys. I'll be back this weekend with Callum for our Night of Champions prediction video, because that, of course, is next weekend. So thank you all for watching, guys, and I'll see you all very soon.